Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, 3. All right, here we go. 3.
Ah!
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Pardon the distraction. I am DJ Blue PDX here with my co-host, none other than the Lost Drake. Welcome to Shooting the Shit.
Hi.
Yeah, see? It's a thing. I got meat in my mouth. I'm a happy camper.
It's already off to a great start.
They say don't use the teeth, but here I am.
Yep. Well, look, sometimes you just got to gum it.
Gum rhymes with fun. Also things you shouldn't chew while putting meat in your mouth.
Wow.
Gum and, well, I mean, there's, who knows?
What are we even talking about?
I don't know.
Yes, all the above.
I don't know why I'm holding it like a cigar either.
Yeah.
Just smoking the meat.
Look, you know what? Sometimes it's better to smoke your meat than just let it sit there and cure.
I mean, technically, yes. I don't want to put this down because there's dog hair.
All right. Well, so this week, obviously, I just got off of a 7-day bender on stream.
You're fucking nuts, dog. By the way, where can people find our shit? If they want to see this stream.
So you can follow everybody and all the things and stuff. All right. So we're on Pardon the D on all social media, and we're also at PardontheDistraction.com. You can watch all of our latest videos along with downloading all of the local podcast locations, except Apple, because they charge too much damn money to just post up content, which is ridiculous. So go fuck yourself, Apple. Anyway, so and can you not do that? Why I'm trying to be serious? Okay, that just happened. His face turned redder than that salami. For anybody listening, you guess you're gonna have to watch the video for that kind of content. And this is why we don't have nice things.
Also true.
By the way, I do have a bunch of new sounds too, so this is gonna be fun.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. So you did a dumb.
Hey, look, wait, but I got the perfect sound for you. Ready for this?
All right, and it could go for it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Lay off me, I'm starving. What the fuck was that?
That's Chris Farley from the SNL skit.
There we go. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with 7 days. 7 days of streaming, because your dumbass was like, hey, listen, I'll just challenge people to sub some shit, and if they sub to me, then we'll add time.
Yeah. 7 days later. 7 days later, the launch of Destiny, Witch Queen, and I slept on stream.
There's not enough. Literally, I know the things that I do in my sleep to pillows. I have destroyed them personally.
I kind of want to go back and watch the VOD and see if I did anything inappropriate, like I grabbed my balls or something, or like scratched my ass
no,
crack.
I know that I will get into a dream and dry hump a pillow, and that's why I can't do sleeping streams, because I've woken up and destroyed.
My mouth was open. I probably caught every fly.
Body pillows.
That's why you buy body pillows. It's the hump.
No, I try to buy body pillows because what else am I going to put my long form Taylor Lautner Twilight 2 fucking pillowcase on? I should stop talking.
Well, yeah.
This is so
I didn't even have a response to it. Yeah. I don't even know.
God damn it. All right.
But
yeah,
I streamed for 7 days. We launched Witch Queen. It was fucking fantastic. We had a great time. I'm already raid ready. We're actually going to be doing the raid this Saturday. And just so you guys are aware, we'll do our little shout out, our little promo. My name is The Lost Drake. I stream full time on Twitch, but we also have our podcast here at Pardon the D. But I am on twitch.tv/The Lost Drake and The Lost Drake on all streaming platforms, along with DJ.
My name is DJ Blue PDX. You can find me at DJ Blue PDX on all the amazing things, unless you want to see me on OnlyFans, and it's just Meat Mouth. No, that's a lie. It's not actually Meat Mouth, and I'm gonna be really scared if there's an OnlyFans named Meat Mouth because then it's gonna be. Really
I guarantee you there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Well, how much meat can you fit in your mouth? God
Yeah.
damn it.
Look, it's like the marshmallow challenge.
We've started this off on the wrong
It's
foot,
like
and
the
it's just gone
marshmallow
sideways.
challenge. How many can you fit in there? Look, it just happens.
I don't know. Ask the city of New York during Ghostbusters 1. Clearly a lot.
Detroit is out of water. What? Oh, I don't know. I decided to deter it. I don't know. Anyway,
Stop
I love
punching the news
boba.
button.
I love boba. By the way, I'm addicted to boba tea. I love it. There's now a new emote in Nay's channel, by the way, now with me dancing with a cup like this. I don't know why she decided to add it. Now it's funny, and now I don't know. I love boba, man. I've been like this last 7 weeks. I totally derailed from my diet, by the way. I
want to go back to the fact that you were on a diet.
Yeah,
Let's
the beginning of the year, I started. I'm like, I'm not going to eat any bread. I'm going to literally start eating healthy. I'm going to start eating vegetables and fruits.
What the fuck did bread do to you?
Bread makes me fat. Bread makes you fat? Oh, that's from...
That's lies. According to Oprah, who eats bread constantly,
yeah,
doesn't.
And she looks like a loaf of bread. I'm just saying.
I love me some Oprah. I'm just saying.
Oprah's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Dude, what kid?
I love bread.
Look, all I can think of is you get a whale, and you get a whale, and you get a whale. That's all I can think of. But
I just put all the meat in my mouth and shoot it up.
no, that's how you got your meat.
That's what's salty.
From Oprah. She literally gave everybody Slim Jims. Where are we going with this? What is happening?
This whole show has been derailed, and we're only 5 minutes in.
But anyway, but I mean, look, how many of us, like as kids, watched Oprah? Like our mom would watch it. We'd get home from school and we were watching Oprah. Like
Right.
I did.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is going on today? And that's how I found out a lot of my news, because I hated news. So I'd be like, oh, what happened today? Oh, Tom Hanks is getting his 14th divorce. Okay, sweet. He's derailed. I don't know. What is happening?
I don't know. My housemate is over here trying to get my attention while we're recording a podcast. Okay. There we go. He has to go to the Dick Equality Control. No. What's a DEQ? Oh, Department of Environmental Quality. Either way, it sounds like a fun thing. But now that that's on our podcast, people will definitely know that he was there days ago by the time this gets published.
Hey, and also, too, just so you guys know, I don't know if you guys saw, it's trending on Twitter right now. Within the next 3 years, there is going to be such a large earthquake in San Francisco, estimated to kill hundreds of thousands of people, and there is nothing that we can do about it.
So you watched San Andreas as well. Okay.
No, legitimately, it's trending on Twitter right now. The geometric whatever department has literally posted up that there is within the next 3 years.
Let's back up on this.
Okay.
I should definitely make a red sign here, like recording.
Yeah.
Live.
We both need one of those. But my whole room is red, so I'd have to make it blue.
Well, make a blue sign.
Blue sign.
If you come in, it blows.
Can I just put wait, can I get a cut out of your face and then put those little LEDs in the eyes? Yeah, just like that. I'm recording and it's just your eyes beady. That would be awesome, actually. I kind of want to do that now.
Oh my God, it is trending again. Here's the irony. You know what? I decided last night I was going to watch a film to go to bed. Because here's the thing, people. I get stoned before I go to bed because I try and sleep the whole night without actually waking up with a nightmare. And I'm over here like, what am I going to watch? What is on? And I went over to HBO Max. HBO Max was like, hey, we got these shows. There's a thing called San Andreas. I'm like, really?
Here we go. I got one for you. Ready?
And hold on.
Okay.
There you go.
I was ready.
Smoke weed every day.
Right.
So rolling in there, and I'm like, all right, and here's the thing. Now, is the science behind this movie actually legit? It actually is, ironically. When you're talking about the magnetic
Are you talking about San
precursors,
Andreas? Like the San Andreas fault?
when you're talking about the electromagnetic precursors that happen prior to a tectonic plate shift or movement, or tectonic plate adjustments.
By the way, science by Pardon the D. Here you go.
Now, if you've got sliding tectonic plates, there's
That's
a
what she
difference
said.
than if you've got budding.
That's
plates.
also what she said.
So this is a situation we've got tectonic plates that are fucking each other up, and they're just sitting there busting each other's balls, causing emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
There you go. We have to get it in one podcast.
We have
podcast.
to have it. It's in everything. It's a thing.
Yeah. What the?
Now,
okay, sorry.
the big question, like they're talking about, like there was a 3.8 at 339 this morning, 9 miles from Geyserville, California,
Yeah.
which is just north of Santa Rosa. But as we've been seeing, there's been a lot of different activity around the world and around the globe, geomagnetically. When you're talking about, or geologically, sorry, but the geomagnetics are also part of that precursor technology. That
By the way,
that
we're
they're
not
trying to
scientists.
predict
We have no
things.
idea what the actual fuck
Also,
we're talking about. We're going off
this is
references.
shit that I've read
We're
in
reading
articles.
it off Twitter. It's probably not even factual.
I'm reading things in the New York Times, in the faultlines.com. Also, the fault is in your sinning.
Look, we've read stuff on the internet. Like if you lick a toilet seat, you're going to get superpowers. You know,
so don't
it doesn't
trust
mean it's
the
true.
things that we say. I'm just saying these are things that I read.
I'm just saying it so everybody knows.
And I'm waiting for some geophysicist to be rolling in here like,
he's like,
here's
actually,
the thing. There are 846
we have 3
problems
months
with
to
everything
live.
that you said, right? And the whole world is going to implode.
We're going to die. Okay.
Now, that's a whole, you know.
Catch it on Pardon the D.
That's a whole different story that we're going to talk about in just a second, because I do want to bring this up. But
Pardon the D or the
like at that,
dying?
But here's the thing: like when if they're due for another 120 year earthquake, because that's usually when the tectonic strike, like the stress points
Welcome to
finally
Pangea,
give
friends.
on the average. How do we escape that? You can't evacuate a city of that size, even in a matter of months. Where are you going to put all these people?
Yeah. Yeah,
Where are
and,
they
and
gonna
they
go?
don't know exactly the exact date it's going to happen. They said within a 3-year marker, and it was actually, I read it on Twitter. They said within a 3-year marker, there's going to be a scale earthquake that has not been seen in the world in over 1 million years in San Francisco, and the city will not be the same. They literally said,
Which means
very
get
surprising.
the fuck out, sell your shit, get the fuck out now. Now, let's go ahead and flip around to the world's largest thing, because here's the fun part that I get to ask all of you, because this is an interesting piece of conversation that I had to figure out. Because when I read about this, I thought, what the fuck? And then I researched it. And I spent 5 hours starting at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I woke up, looked at my phone like an idiot 2 nights ago, and was like, all right, fuck me, let's go. There are 2 of the largest black holes ever discovered in the universe are orbiting each other in a descending rate, meaning they are getting closer and closer and closer to each other until they will impact. To give you an example, they are 300 million times the size
of our universe,
of our sun.
Oh.
Now let me go ahead and give you an example. A black hole half the size of a golf ball. All right, a black hole half the size of a golf ball. Half. We're talking the size of a Super Bowl, okay? Maybe the size of my eyeball. A black hole the size of your eyeball has the equivalent mass of our entire fucking planet. Half the size of a golf ball, or the size of your eyeball, having the mass, the equivalent mass of our planet. And these 2 black holes are each hundreds of millions of times larger than our entire sun, which, let's be fair, is a big ass motherfucker. When they collide, and right now they are in a descending rotation, that the gravitational forces have locked each other into things.
Yeah.
They are pulling galaxies in by the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, as they circle each other.
I got an answer.
No, here we go. Here's what's going to happen. They have scientifically already shown, based on the effects of the Hadron Collider, when this occurs, it is going to send out a ripple that will break space-time as we know it. We could get thrown 30 to 40,000 years in the forward or backwards, or a combination of both. And there's no determining which way it'll go, how far it'll go, or what will happen. So my question is, here on this show with you, Drake, what if it's already happened and we are living the repeat of that ripple, which has not happened yet in this timeline, but as it ripples backwards, we're repeating, for the moment, what is already going to happen 10,000 years from now?
I'm going to say...
Am I allowed to eat more corn dogs, or should I eat less?
No, I think what you're trying to say is that these black holes are
That's right. Let's go. Everybody wants to know if your black holes got to get back in with it. Are they gonna make the time with it? I don't know. This is why I should never
honestly,
be allowed to rap.
I think it's you know, here's the
not
thing.
Eminem. I'm the gay Eminem. I'm Reese's Pieces. DJ Reese's Pieces in the
my
house.
God.
We're gonna get sued.
I thought
Reese's.
no, I thought you were more of a Twix because you're either left or right, and we're not really sure.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You can take that wherever you want it. You know. Hey, look.
You're the one who got knocked. There we go.
You know, you can say this all you want.
You're a jerk. You're a jerk. I know. You're a jerk.
I got it.
You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk.
My dick fell off.
Oh yeah, let's go. Everybody wants to show.
You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle,
Hello,
wiggle.
motherfucker.
We're totally derailed.
We're awful. This is
You know what, look.
this is where our podcast is great and also
It's fine.
terrible.
You know what? Look,
All right.
this is why people tune into us because they never know what to expect. Because you know,
Also true.
you know what?
Yeah.
Because I just want to tell you guys, no matter what happens, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow. Because
If you don't, because God damn it. God damn it!
I've got everything now. I've got everything.
We're gonna get so many DMCAs
No, it's
on
not.
one
It's
show.
under 15 seconds.
Jesus
It's fine.
Christ!
It's fine. It's fine. Everything.
Total for the whole show or total for each clip?
Yes.
That's not a declarative answer, but it is an answer.
Mm.
I feel like I want to go back and watch all the Terminator films now.
Know what I got to say
All
to
right,
that, DJ?
Lick my
What?
balls. Say that all the
Shave
time.
them first. Deforestation is a reality. God damn it. All right.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, black holes sucking each other off, and the whole world goes into a deep dyed kaleidoscope. Got it.
Welcome to the new version of Only Hookers. OnlyHookers.com. Brought to you by science and mathematically impossible scenarios in which we can't escape.
Look, you know what? At the end of the day, when those two black holes hit, it's just
Also,
going to be
not
hub
a real
porn.
website. Please don't go there.
Everything went in reverse. Hub porn, where you can get all of your chrome sucking. I don't know where I was going with that.
Wait, so then if that means if it goes backwards, are we going to end up getting remix.com
Yes.
instead of Mixer?
What is happening right now? God damn it! Woo!
Okay. I don't listen, people. I'm so sorry. We're not really sure what's
You
happening.
know,
We're
look,
both under a
video
lot of
games
stress
are
right
fun.
now.
You know, we can segue into that. Video games are fun. There's been a lot of video games that have been coming out. I know a lot of people have been diving into it.
That's
Look at
next
that
week.
nice segue. I just got us out of there.
I know. Thank
but,
God.
Yeah, right. I put us back on the tracks, maybe. So yeah, no, not really, but still. So there was a lot of games that came out this week, and I know a lot of you guys have been really
That's next
diving
week.
in.
Next week is gaming.
This week and next week and the week after. We've got, but then in April and May, it is cricket season. There is no new games being announced.
But there's so many new things that are happening.
Well, okay, look, I'm just gonna say this. So right now,
And we can't talk about that yet, and we can't. Yeah.
so
I'm trying to behave here, sir.
Well, not only that. Well, look, yes, but also too, it'll be interesting to see when PAX East happens because PAX East is in April.
Well, yeah. I still haven't gotten my fucking response for those fucks.
Yeah, I got mine, but I haven't got like the official confirmation. But either way, we'll figure it out when that time comes. We should stay together, by the way. I was just thinking about that. We should
I think I'm staying with them zero games. But if you want to just grab a
fine,
house,
fuck
we'll just do a
them.
whole fucking house.
I didn't want to hang out with you anyway.
Well, no, because Zero's gonna be staying over there near. I shouldn't really say things. I know, because this is on a podcast. We should get a fucking house together, a giant fucking house. Why is it I have no junk mail, but it says I have 67?
Why are you looking at your junk mail right now?
Because apparently that's where they fucking send your bullshit of, oh, congratulations, you got accepted for media. We're going to send it to your junk mail that nobody ever fucking checks because you're fucking
Welcome to
dipshit.
this channel where ADHD is a true thing.
Oh, you know why? Because I had a search parameter in my email, and that's why there was nothing. I'm an idiot. Never
This
mind.
thing is fucking completely disrailed. Disrailed.
so fucked.
Disrailed. I just, just go with it. I don't even know. But
Oh
anyway,
my God, I got a message from Deepak Chopra.
What'd you call
Not
me?
Deepak Chopra, but Deepak Chopra.
Isn't that the mystical beast that sucks goats in Mexico?
I mean, we all do things that we're not proud of.
Wasn't that in Clerks too? Oh no, wait.
God damn it.
I don't know.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Why
Anyway,
is our
so-
show a complete nightmare?
Anyway, so yeah, Elden Ring came out, and then I actually did a sponsored stream with them yesterday with Square Enix and Platinum, and played Babylon Falls, and it was actually pretty fucking phenomenal, bro. It was actually really, really good. I actually think you would like it. The art style, it's all done like
where?
it's paintbrush. Babylon Falls. It's their newest game. It's kind of like Destiny, but it's based around.
Oh,
It looks so good.
Oh.
Everything's done in a
never mind. I'm
paintbrush.
approved.
It's all what?
I'm approved.
You got approved? You just looked at it right now?
I'm PAX East approved for media for 2022. We're going to PAX Sneets. That's the
Except I'm
sneetest way to
upset
do
now
it.
because you don't want to stay with me, but it's fine. It's whatever.
Wow, I'm just saying, let's get a house, man.
it's
Because I was going to
fine.
stay with
Every time I
Indoor
pass you at
Games.
PAX, I'll be like, hey, guy that I do a podcast with.
If I find some extraordinarily fun-loving Halo-playing gamer who happens to like the D, I'm going to have to say, pardon the D, but I'm staying at my podcaster's house. And I'm never going to get laid again. Oh, God! Fuck! What the?
Fuck Uncle Techno, he's dead.
God damn it!
I love this podcast. It's fantastic. It's a
You're
weekly
awkward
event
and I
session
adore it.
of
All
all
right,
of our
it's fine.
frustrations
We're
wrapped in
fine.
one. No, but no, we'll figure it out. Like honestly, PAX will be good because
You
I
wanna
think
just
we're gonna
grab
get
a
a lot
house?
of new games that are gonna be announced around that
Do you
time.
want to grab a giant house? Because I think we're staying over near Drigsy.
Okay.
That was the original plan, was to get a hotel near Drigsy.
Okay.
Because
Now everybody knows where we're gonna be. So
Drixie-
if you want to come hang out with us, that's where we're gonna be.
Drigsy lives in Boston.
I'm trying to convince Nate to go, but she's like, I don't know. She's like over the East Coast. She doesn't ever want to go back. She's like, fuck that place. She loves being in Arizona.
Hooker. We're gonna go gay bar hopping, and you and I are gonna go boy watching. Fuck off. Let's go. We're gonna find strippers, male
Are
strippers.
you talking to
and-
me or Nay?
Nay. Nay,
Nay,
and
she's
I
gonna
can
listen to
go
this
to boy
podcast and be
bars
dying
and be
laughing.
all like, look, here's the thing. I'm here with my friend. I can't go home with you, but I can definitely get your number. I tell you what, I'm just gonna write it on the back of your calf since you're only wearing shoes.
You know what
It's
really makes me
fine.
happy? We never have to go to that shithole bar underneath that McDonald's at PAX South ever again.
God, I hated that shit.
I fucking hated
the
that
worst
shithole. I hated it with a
drinks
passion. I
ever.
like the 3-story bar. We always talk about that. That
Oh,
place
yeah,
was
yeah,
awesome.
over
But
at Bottom
PAX East,
Exchange,
where did
Bottom
we
Ex-
go?
Bottom
Where did we go
Exchange.
for PAX East? I always forget. I always mix up PAX East and PAX
no.
West.
So PAX East is best known for
If everybody doesn't know what
for the-
PAX is.
for the Predator
it's the Penny
parties.
Arcade show, and it's
Yeah.
evolved into basically like little mini E3s throughout the year. And that's where content developers, people who love comic
God.
books and board games and D&D, and basically it's a nerd convention. We all get
Yeah.
together, but then it's a great opportunity for content creators to go. We used to go all the time as Mixer, and we used to have our own booth and everything else. I don't know if Twitch has actually got booths anymore. I think they pulled out of that, but I could be wrong.
Well, PAX did this weird thing where you're not allowed to have a fucking private partner area. It
Yeah.
has to be like you have to have a certain percentage of your booth that is accessible to the entirety of the public.
Yeah.
I was like, so PAX to Twitch turned around and basically said, here's the thing, you guys can go fuck yourselves. We'll just rent an entire
Yeah.
entire banquet room and
Or
turn
they'll
it into
rent
our
out
partner
like
lounge.
that Facebook party did. The Facebook party was always
Oh.
cool.
For a hot minute before it turned into a shit show with not enough bartenders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was
Sorry,
bottomless
fuck.
drinks for everybody. So
I mean,
I would have hated to be a bartender for that, though. I would have hated everybody.
I'm a bottomless drink for their partner manager. Hi, Josh.
I drink 2 drinks and then I
Hashtag
watch
Will
everybody
touch your
else.
pecs.
That's what I do at every convention. I drink 2 drinks and watch everybody else get trashed, and it's fucking hilarious.
I just walk up to Josh from Facebook Gaming, and I'm always like, "Oh, I tripped. Whoops, my hands are on your pecs."
God damn it.
a lie. I've never actually done that.
But he wants to.
Just because I want it doesn't mean I get it. Look at my hairline. Hello? Lies. It's all lies.
You see,
Idiot.
this is why. This is why we can't have nice things, Barry. You asked.
God!
No fucking way. Go fuck yourself.
There we go.
Hey, don't talk to Taylor
Shit.
Swift that way.
God damn it!
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Now that will get us in trouble.
Totes, malotes, dog.
Oh, yeah. Shucky.
So yeah, so anyway, lots of games came out. Elden Rings. A lot of people are really enjoying it. It's basically Breath of the Wild, but in a Dark Souls universe. People are really excited about it. I've actually been enjoying the co-op portion of it, and
Wait,
I've actually been
when
playing
is this?
Elden Rings.
No, when is PAX East?
PAX East is the 21st or the 22nd of April. It's right around the corner.
21st to the 24th.
Yeah, there you
of
go.
April.
Yes.
So I got to do, okay.
So
And
we got to start
so-
figuring that out because
Well, I'm already
it's
putting,
March.
I'm booking flights while we're on this podcast.
Oh
right
Jesus Christ! I'm not that far ahead. I'll probably do it when I get paid, and figure that out. But anyway, so yeah, so PAX East, we are definitely going to be going there, and not only that, DJ, it'll be the first time that you have an official podcast. So
we got to get this podcast on that thingamajigger, because we want to make sure that we're recording it live there with special guests and new features.
Yeah, we
and
need to get a
people.
panel or something going for that.
And
yeah.
we got to figure out how to do sound bites while we're there, fart jokes. We should get giant blow up. Oh, what we should do is see how fast we pass out by blowing up a giant set of beach balls live on set, and then we pop them out of the audience and then fall over.
And we'll never go to PAX again.
I mean, we can, but we just won't be featured there as media personalities.
Well,
we feature
no,
there as
I think a
guys
live
who passed
panel
out
would be
during
fantastic.
their goddamn set.
A live panel would be actually really fun to do that for the podcast and get everything situated. And I also too, all of Tyrus is going to be there too, so that'll be awesome.
Tyrus.
Yeah, Tyrus.
What's a Tyrus?
All of Tyrus, the talent agency that I am with.
Oh, there you go. Subtle
there.
plugs.
Yeah.
And boop, there you go.
Boom. There we go. But yeah, no, they're all going to be there too. There's going to be I think this one is actually going to be pretty big because PAX West was kind of a tester to see how things would go with like COVID and like how people were with masking. And they were super fucking strict. Like they were super strict. Like if you didn't have a vaccination or you didn't have a test card within 24 hours, you weren't allowed in. They gave you a bracelet. And if you took the bracelet out, you didn't get another one. They would not give you another one. So they were super strict on it, which was good. And I went the whole convention. I didn't know anybody that I personally knew that got COVID, which is good. So they're definitely getting a little bit more better about these public events and stuff.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah, ish. I think TwitchCon is going to be interesting. That's going to be...
I'll go to the TwitchCon in Sandog only because then I get to go to the...
I've never been to a TwitchCon before, so this will be all
Really?
different.
I was the first four.
Yeah.
My very first TwitchCon was the very first TwitchCon. I got paid to go down there by my
Remember
very
when we had a
first sponsor,
dream
which
that
was Games?
Mixer was going to have one of those? Remember that?
Right. And then instead they spent $70 billion on a bunch of fucking assholes who are complete and total sexists. I'm sorry. Did that sound like I'm bitter? No. I'm not. I'm just fucking angry! Sorry. What was that?
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
God damn it. God damn it! Fuck! All right, fine. Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, so Elden Ring came out, multiplayer, freaking awesome. It's been a lot of fun, and anybody who hasn't picked it up yet, it is really, really fun. The only downside to it, it wasn't cross plat. That was the only downside to it.
I've heard that's a problem. Yeah.
It's a huge problem because a lot of people got it on PC, a lot of people got it on Xbox, a lot of people got it on PlayStation, and so if you want to run around with your friends, now you're restricted to a platform again. We are past this, people. Every game should be cross-plat now at this point. There is no reason why games should not
Yeah,
be if you have
agreed.
multiplayer,
It's absurd,
they
dude.
should be cross-plat. If you want to make an environment for everybody to be able to play it, it shouldn't matter what console you're on, even though a lot of people will battle Xbox is shit, PlayStation is shit, PC is shit, whatever. They all have their problems. Every single console has its problems.
People are douchebags.
And at the end of it, it should just come down to you being able to buy a game on any platform and be able to play with your friends. Because guess what? If you like PlayStation, go for it. You're wrong, but it's fine. And just in the just joking. Well, kind of, not really. But Look, PlayStation, they have great exclusives. I love their exclusives, but that is the only reason why people buy that console. It's the only reason why. If you remove everything else, lately it's been, the new adaptive controller. Do you think that's going to last forever? You know, Xbox has already got a patent pushing through. They're going to have an adaptive controller too that, is it adaptive? Is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah, it's adaptive. Yeah, so the one with the force sensitive triggers and all that stuff, all that's going to come out eventually for Xbox too. It's only a matter of time. And then what are you going to say? Oh, it's all about the exclusives. Look, this is my rant every single time. Xbox has its problems as well though. And lately though, they've been doing a lot of right things instead of wrong. PlayStation's been doing a lot of wrong things instead of right. Nintendo just does Nintendo. They don't even give a shit. But speaking on Nintendo, did you hear about this? That through an NVIDIA leak online, Switch 2 was announced without being announced.
Well, they had to do something to compete with.
But that's the thing, though. Nintendo has not made a statement. They have not said shit. You know how Nintendo is.
I'm also, by the way, about to cancel my Stream Deck order.
Stream Deck? Why?
Because I have to afford these tickets.
Oh. Well. Yeah.
Also,
that just means you go. You know what that means?
Why is it my only options for flights out of Boston are either at 7:35 in the fucking morning, or
dude, I've always had that problem. I've always had that problem, dude. I always had to either leave early.
At like 2 in the afternoon would be fine. Why is there no flights out of Boston at 2 p.m.?
No, I did. I always had to leave early, and then everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna go watch a movie together," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I can't go because I gotta leave. Yeah, we're gonna go
and
grab
of course
lunch
you have to
wind
get out
down.
of the goddamn hotel or the Airbnbs by noon. Then you sit around the airport for fucking 8 hours and be fucking stupid. And I don't want to leave in the fucking crack ass of dawn, but at the same time, because I'm not a morning motherfucker.
I've just learned my lessons when it comes to those events, dude. If you don't get a hotel right across the street from the conventions, it's fucking stupid.
Bingo.
You have to.
Especially
because if you get tired, you can go across, go take a shower, take a nap, come back.
Well, yeah, you pick up your shit, you go drop it off, you come back. Like, I don't want to walk around with all my fucking shit.
It's like Disneyland, man. It's like Disneyland. If you're not on property or right across the street, you are dumb.
That's why you want to get an on-site property situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, by the way, speaking of Disney, did you see this whole subdivision thing? That they're going to start building Disney subdivisions, housing complex and communities?
Yeah.
And it is insane, dude. They're going to have on-site chefs. And basically, it's Disneyland, but where you live.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to retire there and be an old asshole with a tennis ball walker wrapped in Mickey Mouse. I want that. All right? So everybody here.
The problem with that is.
What?
You're going to have to deal with the word I'm going to talk about it. Never mind. Talk about it.
Gout?
I'm going to say politics of Florida.
Well, no, it's not in Florida. It's in California. The first place is by Palm Springs. It's right by Palm Springs. They mapped out a whole desert area, and it's gonna have an oasis, a pool, everything. Like, it's crazy. It doesn't have rides or anything, but it's just like literally, they're gonna have a giant oasis in the middle of the fucking desert. They're building out a complex with I think they said over 2,000 houses. And actually, Nay showed this to me, and I was like, "What? That's crazy."
Really?
Yeah, dude, right in the middle of nowhere.
I'm down. Fuck
yeah,
it.
Dude, I wonder how expensive they are. They have to be.
Right.
Because supposedly, they're going to have Disney staff working these properties. Like, they're going to be making food. It's going to have all the, like, you can only get certain Mickey Mouse ears and shit from these properties. Like, they're going to make them so exclusive that they're probably gonna be millions of dollars.
I was gonna say, and imagine the people who are buying it, the people who are gonna buy it are gonna be like, all right, fine, I'm buying this, I'm gonna turn it into a rental. It's gonna be an Airbnb on Disney.
I don't think you can. That's what they said. They're not allowing them to. It's they're not allowing them. It's part of the agreement with purchasing the properties that they can't rent them out.
Your shit out.
Yeah, because they don't want random people just coming in. They actually do vetting on every single person that purchases their house. You can't have any criminal background. You can't have, like, it's pretty crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, I was reading into it after Nay showed me. They are going all out because they want people to be able to, and for anybody who's watching this too, check it out. It's really cool. I'll try to find the link and put it in post-credit.
So let's make a stream house, motherfuckers.
Oh my, can you imagine streaming from a Disneyland property every day? And like, hey guys, look what the chef made today. It's Mickey Mouse ears.
If you've got a big enough house with the right internet connectivity,
well, it's all going to be fiber.
Perfect,
you know it's going to be
perfect environment to have a stream house in.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
I've talked about Streamer Street.
It protects you from crazy fans. It protects you from all of the outside elements, but it also allows you a consistent, engageable environment. Let's be fair. What do they have out there in the middle of the desert? There's
well, here's the crazy
tornadoes.
thing. This is just the first one. They're planning on putting them in every single state. So that way people can actually, and think about it though. Think about it this way, right?
That's like 50 levels of exclusivity that you would lose.
Well, here's the thing though, is that it's a Disneyland property. So they would buy out properties, like plots of land. They'd build out these communities and they're protected by gates and security and all that stuff. But just think about it, right? If they start doing this, think about what a great marketing strategy this was for Disney. Disney literally just got into the housing market and can make money forever. If Disneyland closed, which it never will, but if it ever closed, they would still have these properties to rely on for the rest of existence. Or until a giant earthquake comes down and sinks down into the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Yikes! Why are you being so negative?
Sorry. It's because I don't have meat sticks. So...
the things I put in my mouth.com. Damn it. Oogloff over here listening to this shit thinking he got a phone call.
Okay, sorry.
Hello? Oh my God. What do you mean?
Oh my God. Right. But yeah, so there's that. There's that. But yeah, no, the Disney community stuff looks really cool. But see, look, we're all over the place. We're not even talking about video games anymore.
It's shooting the shit, man. It's shooting the shit. All right.
Look,
where are we at? Are we good?
So no, we're 37 minutes.
God, I want it done. I'll be honest. I've had a day.
You hear that, audience?
I have to go. I have to go to a mountain and hunt for a friend's life. So yeah.
Damn, son.
I know it's awkward.
Hey, look, DJ. This is what he's thinking in his head.
I gotta book fucking flights. I gotta book fucking flights.
Yeah, you didn't even know about it until I said it in this stream. So shut up.
Why the heck? All right.
And besides, it's 2 months away.
We're over here also looking at trying not to fly through San Francisco because it's gonna really fall off the ocean if the earthquake happens.
Well, look. You know what?
For more scientific analysis, check out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's new film available on HBO Max. It is called San Andreas. See, this is what we could provide you, movie motherfuckers, if you just let us tell people about your films. Instead, I gotta go ahead and quote bullshit films.
We'll be your official movie guy. We'll go to all these premieres and stuff. I'm okay with that. I look good in a suit.
So do I.
I look even better.
There you go. All right. So what have we got coming up this month? We've got this month. Next week is our gaming segment.
Yes.
We are working on seeing if we have an opportunity for a special guest.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, we got a couple people lined up for special guests. And I'm working on some other people as well. And we honestly, if you guys are content creators and you're interested in being on the show, please just chime in. Obviously, we're going to vet you a little bit. We're not just going to throw anybody on here.
Say hi.
But yeah, just come by, follow the channel. We would love to have you guys on. We want to hear everybody's opinion, not just our own, because, we talk to ourselves in our heads all the time like goddamn Deadpool. So it's fine. Everything's fine.
True.
That fourth wall break. But yeah. So yeah, so realistically, you know, we have so many new games coming out though, and things to talk about. Yeah, this week is recap week and kind of just like start off the month and get things situated. Next week is going to be a special guest, hopefully, if everything lines up properly. And we're going to be talking about this month in video games. And the week after, we're going to have Kick-Ass Jamis, and we should probably formally announce that as well.
Capkin. The new Capkin. Formerly known as Cup of Robots. Now it is Mad Capkin, author extraordinaire and content creator. Will be coming back and joining us for our illustriously well thought out and reasonably disorganized experience with comic books, movies, and more.
Yeah, and plus we're gonna get to talk about Uncharted Batman, because Batman came out today. And I'm
James
actually going to see it tomorrow. Which I buckled, and I fucking said, you know what? Let's just go fucking see it, because the reviews have been perfect 10s. And I have actually a friend who went and saw it last night and said, "Hey Drake, I know you fucking hate Batman. I know you hate Batman, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this was the best Catwoman, the best Batman, the best Penguin, and the best Riddler I have ever seen. Reeves needs to make every movie going forward for the DCEU." And I'm like,
funny because everybody else has said the opposite. I think it's fucking hilarious.
And so I'm kind of like back and forth. IGN gave it a perfect 10. I think GameSpot gave it a 9.5.
Oh no, IGN dropped like a 6.
No, it's a 10. It's a perfect 10. Yeah, it's a perfect 10.
I read something today. It was really ridiculous. Yeah. And I thought, well, how do you guys like? You just can't. If the reviewers say it's terrible, I generally tend to like it. But
well, Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's like 88.
Yeah.
Out of 100. I don't know, man. I've heard this before, though. A lot of people
I also
talked about Wonder Woman, how great it was, and I hated fucking Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman was amazing. Wonder Woman 1984 was awful.
1984 was bad. Like,
just was straight up fucked up, dude.
The first one, but I just couldn't get over that. That fucking theme song every single time, slow motion. Like, they always do that slow motion shit in DC.
Yeah.
Stop with the slow motion shit. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. No. It's stupid. It's like, just, you wouldn't have to do slow-mo if you could fucking do some visual effects.
Wow.
Look, I'm just saying. Yeah, that was a perfect time for that. Look, that was, yeah, look.
Everybody gets the fuck off.
Oh my God. Just a big, look, DC is always going to be in my head unless proven otherwise, a big. Pretty much. That's pretty much where it's
right there you go.
But no, we have a lot of movies coming up. Not only that, we have Moon Knight. Moon Knight just released a new poster. Yep. It looks fucking so good. But now there's all this cancel talk about the show because the writer basically said, and I can pull it up somewhere. I don't want to pull it up. It's about the writer basically saying that it doesn't matter that we wrote him out being Jewish. And it doesn't matter because
I'm sorry, as someone who's Jewish, that's why would it, why?
Because he said they've done it so many times. They haven't officially said that Peter Parker is Jewish in any of the MCU, or they've never said that a lot of other characters were Jewish. And they have never officially formally said it either. So he basically said, "What does it fucking matter? We're there for the experience."
Why does it matter if he isn't, like, I mean, if he is Jewish?
Pull it up online. It was all over Twitter.
Question: why would it matter if he was or wasn't Jewish, or if any of them were?
He was, not to misconstrue the information. Like, pull up the exact quote so you can read it off of what he said. But it's basically the writer with Moon Knight. He basically started this kind of cancel culture. With Moon Knight, and a lot of people now are like anti-Moon Knight because he's not Jewish, because he was Jewish in the comic books. And here's the weird thing about it, right? Kirby and Stan Lee were both Jewish.
Well, yeah, duh.
They formed Marvel. They were Jewish. During World War II, of course it's important. Of course. I'm not Jewish. But it's important. that is culture. That is part of it. So it is very important, and it is very bad that they have done that. But the problem is that when they start, is it Oscar Isaac, right? That's his name. Poe Dameron?
Who is Jewish by blood, but was raised in a Christian household because his
mom.
father...
I think his mom is half Jewish, and he didn't grow up Jewish. Yeah, it's something like that.
I am Jewish by blood, but not by faith.
Yeah.
And...
So basically, here's the problem with it is now people are attacking him.
Oh Christ!
And doing that the Gen Zers, man. I'm sorry.
These motherfuckers need to go out and smell grass for a minute. Look at the sky and chill
get some fresh
out.
Air and stop fucking judging everybody.
Almighty.
It's just getting to a point, man. I'm sorry, but like this cancer culture bullshit is fucking just getting out of control. You guys need to like calm the fuck down on that. Like honestly, like people trying to cancel Eminem because they don't believe in what he says. Dude, that guy has been like here's the thing, man. Everybody is going to have different beliefs, right? Everybody is going to have a different background or different culture, but who gives a shit? Let people live their lives and let them believe what they want to believe, unless you're a fucking crazy person. What I mean by that is like a white supremacist or some fucking other jackass, because fuck you guys. I don't give a shit. This day and age, there needs to be no people out there that are hating on it. Everybody needs to be treated equally. Like it's even if you don't like it, right? Even if you don't like it, just keep your fucking mouth shut. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, don't make other people feel bad because you are insecure with your feelings. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So anybody who's watching this, if you are one of those said people, please click that unfollow button and please do not watch this anymore because it's fucking, we don't want you here.
Please go fuck yourself.
Please cancel us because we don't want you around. You know what I mean? But also at the end of the day,
people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it bothers me that we are at such a point sociopolitically that we can't manage to have a myriad of different superheroes who happen to come from a myriad of different backgrounds. Let's be fair. That's the reason why Stanley wrote.
Well, American Chavez was a huge one going forward.
So differently. You've got people from all these different walks of life. Like why is this now suddenly an issue that we have to
I think the
make
extreme
a standpoint about?
I think the extreme left or right is the problem that I see with the industry now, is that companies are doing it to fit that political gap. And oh, well, look at us. Like, I'm going to give you a prime example, the Peter Dinklage thing. Peter Dinklage went on a podcast and talked about how you going to praise and be excited that you are casting an Hispanic Snow White, but then you're going to put a bunch of dwarfs in a cave and make them the slave, and this is quoted, of a woman. How is that any different? Because my people, or anybody with dwarfism or anything like that, they get degraded.
Like, how do you have this conversation and not see the lunacy of the situation? Like, it's Snow White. Let's be, I can't really, like, as two white guys, we should not be talking about this.
No, it's not. But this is the thing,
the whole fairy tale is about the fairness of her skin. Like, it was Snow White it was.
I don't care that she's Hispanic. I don't either. But here's the thing: there are certain characters that were developed during a time of racism. There's no doubt about that, and racism is still definitely 100% here. But
here's my thing: so instead of remaking shit that has been done, that was developed, written, and created at a time, while it is a timeless classic, was created at a time when, you know what, we weren't necessarily telling the stories of people who were marginalized, people who needed better representation. Yeah. Now, we are regurgitating storylines from an era that did not necessarily represent people equally, instead of allowing us to evolve beyond.
I'm going to give you a prime example, DJ.
And actually do something unique. You honestly, Encanto was a perfect example.
A prime example of that.
Oh, I loved Encanto.
Because Princess and the Frog was the first black princess. Amazing.
Beautiful story.
Amazing story. Amazing cast. All awesome. Brand new. Why take something? Okay, this is the part, and this is not me being like, oh, I want them to be white. No, this is literally me saying this. There are stories that are meant to stay that way for a reason, because that is their cultural background. That's the way they were created by those writers. Now, granted, we are in a different time. We're in a different, where everybody is PC friendly and blee, blee, blee. Well, guess what? We need less PC friendly and more logical thinking. That is the problem.
I'll be honest, like, here, you want me to throw something weird out there? Here's the thing. If you're going to write some fucking fairy tales, write something about an actual fucking fairy. Here's a fairy tale.
Well, Tinkerbell.
2 boys making the fuck out. You can't get more fairy than that. That's the gay guy saying that. So come at me.
Yeah.
What? I'm just saying, like, people want to be all these different direct things. Well, let's stop with the heteronormative bullshit and let's just go full bar on the other side.
That's even the thing too. Even with fairies in older movies, they were represented kind of in the gay community. They were very female, like the males were very female oriented.
We should probably cut this whole section off.
No, this is real talk though. But it's just one of those things.
I watch these shows because they represent pieces of my childhood that I identify with. They represent positions of strength and heroism and courage and opportunity to see love and to experience something that is grander than the darkness that we look at every day of our lives. You think about the way that Maleficent was represented in the Maleficent films. I fucking loved, absolutely loved the portrayal of Maleficent. Does it mean that she's now a good character? No. Let's be honest. She's a real fucking evil motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
piss, she didn't turn into a dragon in that though.
Also that it's a thing. The real issue. Well, she turned the crow into the dragon.
Oh, that's true. She did. I forgot about that in the second one, right?
And it's problematic because we find new and different ways of looking at stories or looking at the people who were in these stories that made such a significant contribution to the original storyline and the way that it was told at the time that it was told. And when you look at it within that context, you have a different outcome for what you're looking for, or how you want to evaluate that in its value within our current state of society. So when you back up from that and you look at, all right, if we're going to be super PC about this, we're making a Latin Snow White. Fine. Doesn't necessarily attribute to the concept of Snow White, but I'm sure they'll tell that story in there.
But the part that they're swapping out with mystical creatures now for the
you're still
dwarves.
Treating dwarves as though they are some small sidebar community that isn't valued or should be respected. And I get Peter Dinklage's position on it, and it's hilarious that nobody else at Disney picked up on the fact that, oh, we want to be BC, but we're still fucking throwing the dwarves to the into the ring.
Yeah, but this is also coming from the same actor that literally capitalized on being a drunken, sadistic.
Well, that's
dwarf.
just the way his role was written.
No, that was his writing. He actually was a part of that with Game of Thrones.
Okay, and for that, and I get that. Don't get me wrong, I get that part of it. But I want to balance it back to, while in the middle of us all trying to be PC, you'll notice there's things that cinema is not doing, especially not in the era of animation, in the era of child experience. I'm sorry, and I'm going to throw this out there because it's irritating to me, but I also know that I don't give a fuck to actually jump on this fucking bandwagon. Yeah. I don't give a fuck enough to jump on the bandwagon. But here's the thing. I knew from the time I was 5 I liked guys.
Yeah.
It was never a fucking issue. At no point in the everdom of my existence was there ever a confusing question of, you should date a girl for a reason of completion. No, that's not how this is going to work. I never had any questions about that. I grew up in a super religious Southern Baptist home. Yeah. So when I say my coming out was a disaster for my family unit, trust me, it was destructive. It was destructive on so many different levels in the entire community. But it wasn't anything that I didn't already know. I just know how to say it because I wasn't raised in an environment where it was okay to say it.
Yeah.
It was okay to be honest about it. You just weren't.
Even that, though.
So here's the thing. These people want to be all PC about shit. How about this? There ain't never been a fucking storyline. There ain't never been a fucking childhood hero. There ain't never been a love story about two guys who meet and fall in love and accept the fact their brotherhood, their friendship is something a little bit more.
You know
At
why?
no point in the ever of ever has that shit ever happened. Do you know why?
You know, because it can't sell to the rest of the world.
Because these churchy ass motherfuckers
because it can't sell
want to fucking
the
control everything.
Well, it's
and
because
that's
it
what's
can't
fucked
sell.
up. So I don't give a fuck they want to be PC. I'm not seeing anything out there representing my childhood, representing the way I wanted to be represented as a child, representing the reality of what hundreds of thousands of kids who are currently in the world today are feeling.
You know, there was a step forward kind of with that when that was in Eternals. Because they are
and
heroes.
you saw how much drama that started.
But
I'm talking about cartoons. We're talking about Disney films, though. We're talking about Disney films, though.
That is a Disney film.
But
Are you talking like a cartoon?
That's a Marvel film. I'm talking about Disney cartoons where they're like, all right, you know, here's the thing: the boy meets the girl, the boy makes the moves. You've got this heteronormative engagement.
I think honestly, you know,
and so
I think it's
a lost battle
for people to absorb yet.
It's 2020 fucking two.
I know, but you got to think about it though. From look at it from this. You knew you grew up in a household where that was not accepted, right? And so,
trust me.
So what I'm saying is, and me being a straight guy, like I had a bunch of friends that were afraid to come out to their families, and that I was there for them and backed them up. And then when they finally did come out, it was not a fun time for them. They didn't even feel comfortable living in their own houses, and that's sad. That's sad. Like, I have been a strong believer of this. I don't give a shit what anybody does. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck how you interpret yourself, what you believe in. As long as you, as a person, are happy, go for it. It doesn't matter what I feel. It doesn't matter what I like or what I see. It's what they feel or how they want to be. And you know what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, what does it fucking matter if somebody's gay or straight? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Let them be them. Let them love who they want to love. And what is it hurting you? If you're uncomfortable with it, okay, I understand to some extent. All right, you're not comfortable with two men kissing. All right, fine. You're not comfortable with two women kissing. Fine. But at the end of the day, look the fucking other way.
Right.
And go about your business.
It's the same thing about these people who are opposing gay marriage. If you don't want to get gay married, don't get gay married.
Yeah, it's
straight up. I'm
like,
not getting gay married because I'm not dating anymore. Like,
he says this, but he'll be dating again.
Yeah, no, you want to.
He says it. He says it. He's a softie at heart.
I need a griff baller who can hold his fucking own, and he's okay with me not fitting into a fucking stereotype. And I'll be honest, like, if there's one thing that is if anything, it is reinforced this concept of heteronormative relations only in cartoons. It is the fact that when you do end up with people who are the quote unquote gay character, they are campy stereotypes.
You know what?
It's the same thing when brands or websites or platforms.
Let's compare movies, cartoons, and video games.
Let me just throw this out.
Go ahead,
let me just throw this out there. It's the same thing as when I get told by brands or by platforms that I don't get to represent that like, for example, like Mixer, I didn't get to represent the LGBTQI plus community
because you weren't that stereotype.
I didn't fit the standardized, expected normative for what gay men are supposed to represent. I like video games, sports cars, and football.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't fit your fucking preconceived notion about what I'm supposed to be like, except I'm here proving your preconceived notion wrong, and you're telling me that I'm not gay enough to represent the community that I've helped represent since the dawn of time when I was fucking born.
Yeah.
No, that's a problem. That is a hypocritical ridiculousness that I just can't get behind. And I watched this happen with Disney. I watched this happen with cartoons. I watched this happen with the way that gays are portrayed in films. And then suddenly we're like, oh, we got a nod because Marvel put us in something. But at least Marvel, when they handled it, didn't handle it. They didn't handle it with some exceptionalism, as though we have to feature this and show it as being special. No, they treated it as a normal thing that nobody fucking acknowledged. We were just like, it's just there, and it was a normal thing. So when I walked into the cinema and I watched that movie and I saw that, I thought, okay, cool. Now you're treating us as though we're just simply part of
community,
part of the program. We're part of the analysis. We are part of that experience that isn't something to be featured as though you are catering towards a marginalized or underrepresented community. We're just part of the fucking fam, man. Great.
And coming from a straight side, and coming from a straight side too, it goes both ways. Like, and I've said this to DJ as well. You shouldn't have, companies are doing this a lot more. They're trying to fit categories to fill gaps. Like, oh, we're going to go towards the African American people because we want to fill this quota, and we want to go to the Hispanic and the Spanish community because we want to fill this quota, and we want to go to the Asian community because we want to fill this quota. And
pandering isn't okay.
That is not okay. Everybody should be treated equally. It shouldn't matter what the color of your fucking skin is. It should be treated as, all right, you worked hard. You get rewarded for your hard work, for your dedication, for who you are as a person. Looking at somebody's skin and going, oh, well, they're black. Oh, they're Asian. Oh, they're white. It goes both ways. And it's just fucking stupid that people are marginalizing culture and
though it's a commodity
diversity
to be cashed in upon.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're literally going around and being like, oh, you know what? He's part of the gay community. He will be our quota. So that way we can say that we're not gay pandering.
Right. Except for when you start only representing the thing that they think that people want to see, as opposed to the reality of, guess what?
There are so many other types of...
We fit in every fucking category. We've been...
I can't keep track of the categories now because there's too many damn letters now.
Gay people have been hiding within society for hundreds of fucking years.
Millions.
Like forever. Yeah. Okay?
And gay culture was actually accepted back in the olden days. Right. Like if you think about Rome, there were so many gay couples.
Oh, God.
And it was just, it was part of the everyday community. You know? Like, I don't understand what, I mean, a lot of it had to do with World War II. That definitely divided the world a lot. But just in general, like the diversity level is so crazy now. And, you know, they were just saying this on the news the other day. I was watching it, that diverse culture in 100 years, everybody is going to be mixed at that point. There's not going to be a true blood anybody anymore because everybody has slept with everybody. Half the world was created because of raids. If you honestly think about it, the Spanish conquistadors. You want to talk about the
worst,
You think about Spanish conquistadors pillaged and took over entire countries and slept with the native people. And that's how so many different cultures were made. Even Norwegian Vikings moved down the coastline, and literally English and you know, no matter what culture you believe in, no matter where you're from, no matter what your diversity, no matter the color of your skin, at the end of the day, we're fucking people. We all have feelings. We all get sad. We all get mad. We all get upset. We all get happy. We all fucking think we're right. We all think we're wrong. And we're never going to fully agree. But the one thing that we should agree is that we're all fucking human. We all make mistakes. We all want the same thing, and that's to be happy. And it will never happen as long as people still go out there, and this goes to a lot of companies out there, because I have been gaslighted because I was not gay, because I was not black, because I was not Mexican, because I was not Spanish. They don't even know. They just see a white guy and they just automatically assume, oh, you know what? Like, and I've actually heard from other people inside companies going, oh no, they're only signing people of the black community. They're only signing people in the Hispanic community because they're trying to fill a quota. That's fucked up. It's not right. And I'm sure DJ has dealt with that from his side, being gay, where because he doesn't fit the stereotype. Because when you think of a stereotype, me being straight, you think of the very flamboyant gay.
Right.
Flamboyant, coming out, the voice, like, and when I say the voice, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to make anybody feel awkward, or a drag queen, or and there's nothing wrong with that. That is them. That's what they are. They're fucking great. Awesome. Cool. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Do your thing, right?
It's here's the balance. What we're talking about is the equal representation of the myriad of different types of personalities that are so encompassing of being part of a marginalized community. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have to fit into a stereotype to properly represent it.
Yep.
You shouldn't have to have an accent in order to qualify to represent a Mexican American or Mexican, Ecuadorian, Brazilian, like
Dominican.
You want,
Cuban,
like they're saying, you need to fit a stereotype.
Yeah.
But the problem is, we have multitudes of different people of that lineage in all of these different countries, in all of these different aspects. Some of them who don't like. One of the reasons that I fell in love with a film, a Brazilian film, I thought it was a wonderful representation about a story of two people falling in love, and there was a very unique component to it, and it was about sight. And I thought that it was told very well. And I've seen this film a dozen times. I love watching it because I think the cinematography is exquisite. I like the direction. I'm really impressed with how a sighted actor played a blind character, and he did so in such a believable way. I didn't know. You really can't tell that he's actually sighted when he's in this role. And I know that translation through subtitles is different. The reason I wanted to start learning Portuguese is because I want to experience that film in the manner that it was actually designed to be delivered. That was the goal, was to learn this so that I could watch the film and listen to what they're saying, understand the nuances of the conversation and the way that the language is laid out, so that I can experience the full breadth of why I loved what I saw, and experience in a new and in a defined way that was intended by the original creators. And it is a Brazilian independent film, and it's wonderful, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous movie. It's similar in those ways when I see films and find things that aren't the typical tragedy of, some ridiculousness.
Yeah.
You want to experience that. We need to be able to experience these different things, but part of that means not rewriting what's already been done. Yep. Stop remaking shit that's already been done.
Yep.
Make something new, write something new. We're so
We're
focused
rehashing all the old stuff and then altering it.
Classically bringing to light what we've already got there. Now, granted, we got Black Adam coming.
Yeah,
let's fucking
super excited
go!
For that. Yeah, out of all the DC movies, I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be good. That is cast is so well done too.
Here's a question: where are the rest of our black superheroes?
Yep.
Where are our Latin superheroes?
Well, I mean,
Black
Panther was a big one.
There's a reason I'm asking these things. But there's a reason I'm asking this. We look into this as we've got some baselines. We do have baselines that were set in place, not only by DC, but also by Marvel, as they started bringing out new and different minority groups to be represented through their superhero canons.
Yep.
We have room to move beyond and to expand and deliver new, unique characters of opportunity, characters who can represent the struggle, the strife, the reality, and to be the new face of a generation that, frankly, needs a hero. We have a generation that needs new
guidance,
heroes, needs better heroes, needs heroes that we can get behind, but also are representative of the current clash in cultural sociology that we're experiencing as a community, as a species.
Having a 13-year-old daughter.
We have to do this in a way that is respectful.
DJ, this is one thing too, not to cut you off. I literally having a 13-year-old daughter. Watching her grow up, right? She is in that category of the Gen Zer, right? And I look at her and I see how she's becoming this amazing human being and this amazing woman. And as I see her grow up, I see the problem with their generation. They have everything at their fingertips. They are trying to be adults when they're 10 years old. They have everything at the tip of their fingers. There's stuff that they should not know about or things that they should not be involved with at that young of an age.
Yeah.
Things that they need to develop, and they need to enjoy life and enjoy the freedoms of being a child. Because when they turn 18, then they try to be that adult that they've been since they were 10, and it doesn't work in the real world. Yeah. Because they try to voice opinions and be opinionated, like they're not going to be reprimanded, because their whole childhood they were allowed to just go on the internet and Google search something and they were right. When you're in the real world, street smarts and book smarts are two different. And a lot of people do not have street smarts anymore. They have this, I can Google, I can go on She Who Will Not Be Named, because if I say her name, she's going to go off in my room right now. It starts with an A. But just in general, like they can go through and they can...
Spalexa?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, you were saying about diversity. If you think about it, even in comic books, I know this is not part of our comic book segment, and we're definitely going to talk about this Kick-Ass Jamis and
we've kind of jumped all over.
We jumped all over the place. We went into politics a little bit because...
Also, sorry for everybody, we got intense.
No, it's fine. But this is real world stuff, and this is stuff that people want to talk about. And I know, and that's why I love this podcast, because it's video games, it's culture, it's talking about the day-to-day, the shit that nobody wants to talk about. And I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? Not like us? Okay, cool. Do the same thing when you're out in public and you're trying to be a racist asshole. Just don't like us, move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. So if we want to pull race, sex, and sexuality out of the whole equation, all right?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Name a 47-year-old superhero. You got old Batman.
Well,
you don't have any old, like, Professor
there is
X
one.
is the only
there is one, and it was
one
just recently. Recently.
You've got Professor X, who's the only one who's really Xavier. Like Professor Xavier is the only one who's
Magneto,
really representative.
If you want to count him as an
and
anti-hero.
Magneto, who are great counterparts, great balances of representation.
Patrick Stewart officially confirmed he is in that trailer, by the way.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
so excited.
That. Yeah.
But, like, okay, here's the thing. So, at some point, superheroes age, and all we get is this angry, embittered Batman. Okay, so Bruce Wayne's now an angry crustacean. Whatever. We've got, right? Like, we're like, so let's talk about age.
Isn't technically a bat a mammal?
Is your age group, as a listener, represented appropriately in comic books? What happens when you get beyond the age of where those people are? Are we saying that people of a certain age are no longer capable of making those hard choices that embraces the needs of the many over the needs of the few? I hate to pull a Star Trek term, but who are willing to put their lives in the line, who are willing to be courageous. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this back to a public topic because it's important. You want to know a hero that I've seen and witnessed lately who is of my age group, who is doing things beyond what anybody expected him to? Ukraine's President Zelensky. He didn't escape. He didn't run. He's motherfucker fighting. Held his goddamn ground. He's still holding his ground. He's still boots on the ground. Now. You want to talk about a fucking hero?
Yep.
Write that motherfucker into goddamn hero, into comic books.
Yep.
Write that kind of leadership, that kind of bravery, that kind of dedication to ensuring the sovereignty of his people and the sovereignty of his land to a point where he is willing to sacrifice his own life on the line, shoulder to shoulder, with the rest of those people on that battlefield with him.
That's a good leader.
We're not talking that is leadership quality in an age bracket of people that we don't see represented.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Now, are there a lot of other issues going on in that topic that we don't want to talk about on the show? Sure.
Yeah.
But here's an example. Somebody who should be exemplified, should be elevated and looked at. How do we make this person into a hero? How do we take that type of personality, that type of heroism, that type of dedication, that type of opportunity, and build it into something that will last for 100 years of comics going forward? Because you look at the people who inspired the heroes that we're still celebrating today, and we want people like him represented in a legacy that we can all look back and go, we know where this started.
Well, with that exact with that exact sentence that you just said is what Stan Lee was trying to do during World War II.
Exactly.
He was immortalizing heroes, changing who they were, and giving them superpowers. He was taking real life situations in World War II. Captain America was a prime example of that. All these characters that they brought in to kind of, now granted, at that specific time, you also got all these other characters that were developed when a time when the black community didn't even have equal rights. They still had to piss in a different bathroom than everyone else, or ride a different bus, or ride in the back of the bus, or, you know, eat in different areas, or got treated like shit. And he was writing about black superheroes when nobody else would. That is a fucking hero. Somebody that's willing to do the extra to give limelight to people and make them, no matter what color their skin is, you know, and Spider-Man was a prime example of that. Miles Morales, all these other characters. American Chavez is going to be a huge leap forward. And, you know, we were talking about superheroes for their generation. The young Avengers are coming, and they are nothing but black, Hispanic.
Yep.
I think there's like 3 white people in that whole group.
And
they
fine
transform,
with that.
and they transform into like green characters and fucking, you know, they're not even white when they're transformed. So at the end of the day, we're getting to a day and age where, you know, you're gonna have, I mean, Kamala Khan is a prime example.
Yeah. Okay.
And literally having Middle Eastern representation in comic books was a huge thing. Especially with everything that's happened over the last 25 years overseas. Believe me, I fought in 3 of those wars. I know exactly what it's about. And seeing people and having kids sit on the side of the street, not even be able to eat, but they have a comic book. And they can escape their reality for 5 minutes. And that's also why movies need to start doing what video games do.
Yep.
Where
Bingo.
You can create your character and make it however the fuck you want. If you want to be blue, if you want to be purple, if you want to be Afghan, if you want to be Pakistani, if you want to be Mexican, if you want to be Spanish, if you want to be Filipino, if you want to be black, it doesn't fucking matter. You make the character how you see fit because that's an embodiment of you in a character, and you can idolize it and play that character and get superpowers and do all the things that you can't do in real life because you feel outcasted or jaded, that you can't do those things because you will be shunned by regular public. Movies need to do the same. Marvel is going in that right direction. I think Disney is trying, but they're doing it weird. And I think with time,
kindly.
Look, that's the best way I can put it, because I don't want to bash on Disney, because Disney does a lot of great things for the community, and they are very cultural diverse. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's because they were forced. Like, you know, how they're changing Splash Mountain, which was a very racist ride.
Okay, let's be fair.
And they're changing it to the Princess and the Frog.
Okay, I remember. I want to put this around.
I remember those comics. Or I
remember those cartoons.
I do too. They were bad.
I went to the theater with my family and saw The Song of the South.
Yep.
Did not understand the nature of what I was watching, but I remember it spawning a conversation. Not so much with my dad, but more so with my mom about some of the terminology, some of the things, and she handled it great. I'll be honest, my mother is incredible. My mother was so graceful in
explaining things.
How she explained it and defined things, but also was so specific in why what we watched and witnessed isn't acceptable. It's also really a problem. And it was, I don't know, we didn't see it in the theater. We rented it and brought it home, and we watched it at home. It was on it because we had it on beta.
Oh God.
And she was explaining this as we're going through the process. And I remember when they pulled it. They pulled the film.
Yeah.
And you know, we had so many friends in our church and who were of a myriad of different backgrounds, from the Philippines, from the islands, Hawaiian,
Yeah.
and and to this day, I've still never understood or comprehended the balance of why racism is a thing, because it wasn't something that was taught in our house.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me as a kid either, too, because I had so many black friends, and some of my friends were like from the hood of Chicago, like, because a lot of people moved from Chicago to Arizona, and they were from the hood, like grew up on the streets, slinging drugs, literally carrying a piece on them. And that's here's the thing, right? When you look at stuff like that, right? Growing up as a kid, and I'm a white kid, never knowing any of that. Like, I grew up in suburban America where I never saw any of that. But they would come and tell me these stories, and it didn't make any sense to me.
Well, and that's what I wanted to point out was like what we experienced in our own unique little familial environment is different than what other people are taught, what other kids are taught. When you are surrounded by hate, when you're surrounded by an institution or by in a small rural environment, this is all pre-internet.
Yeah.
When
that's all you had.
Your only sociology is happening
comic
there.
Books and TV, and that was the only escape you had.
There are people are raised differently. Other children experience differently, and so when you find something that balances it out and creates a common conversational tool like comics, like superheroes, it's part of that conversation that can bond a community together, can bond people together. Can you have great memories of people that I don't talk to now that I remember doing this with. But to fold this all back, why are we not? And it's not a why. This is less of a why. I would love to see, as we continue to evolve the comic book universes, as we continue to evolve our examples and dedication to providing new and evolved heroes for our generations to look forward to, look up to, and use as an example of this is why greatness is achievable.
Yeah.
We need to do so with a mindset that there's not just one specific sociological group that we need to be catering to. We need to be providing a plethora of opportunities for you to find the hero that ignites a passion of courage in you, that ignites a need for truth and justice, and ignites a need for education, acceptance, tolerance, and community. When we can find the writers and the creators who can establish an incredibly immersive story that we can dive deep into, then we've found the next generation of where comics need to go, instead of constantly remaking what we've had from the past.
Yep.
Because it's from the past. It's not going to work for the future.
And I know you can enjoy this reference as well, DJ, because
sorry, I just went off there. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I love it. You get in the zone, man. That's what it's all about. I mean, we're all people, and venting and getting our frustrations out on this podcast, and and it's real. It's real. We're not fucking faking or sugarcoating this shit. And that's why I say I don't edit this podcast. I put it together, add our intros, add some funny clips and stuff, but I leave it fresh and clean, and it's like an open wound. And if you don't like it,
so clean.
Exactly, right. But you know what? This is one thing that I know you can understand, DJ, and a lot of people that served in the military can understand this as well. When you go into the military, you were put with every race, culture, background, men, women, it doesn't matter. You look to the left, you look to the right, and you look behind you, knowing that all those people have your fucking back. You don't look at the color of their skin. You don't care where they came from. You don't care.
You make sure they're alive. They're alive when you get on the ground.
You make sure that you protect their ass because they're protecting your ass. And that forced environment of putting people together with no other choice brings out the best in our community. People ask me why I served in the military. I was a fucking shithead. Got in trouble all the time, getting in fights because it was a different age. Growing up being a comic book nerd, I had to fight. I had glasses. My mom was an asshole and fucking bought me BCGs. And if you don't know what that is, birth control glasses.
Birth control.
I never fucking ever had a chance of ever getting laid.
Somewhere. I still have my BCGs.
Oh, I still have mine somewhere too. But just in general, I had BCGs before I went into the military. And those birth control glasses, man, you ain't getting laid in those things. So just in general,
birth control glasses.
but just in general, having those and going around as a kid and people stealing your glasses and smashing them on the ground, or you fighting for your toys because somebody was bigger or meaner, or they liked sports and you weren't a jock, and it's funny because I played sports growing up. But I was never accepted into the jock community fully. I always had those 2 or 3 friends, and I don't know why, but it was always the quarterback or the wide receivers, because I was a wide receiver. I was quick. You know why? Because I ran away from fucking bullies when I was a kid. But guess what? When I got bigger, I went home one summer, came back, and I was 6'1", and everybody's like, wait, what? And then... And then those shorter people that didn't have those growth spurts really backed down. I got in fights. I got suspended. I got expelled. Shit. At one point, I had a candy laundering system where I fucking would sneak candy in and sell it to high school students because we weren't allowed to have it on campus because we were a closed campus. And I did all kinds of crazy shit when I was a kid. And I would pocket money. I would do all this other shit. Dude, I was crazy. I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid because I was put in a horrible circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, our school campus was closed because of racism. Somebody was brutally murdered in front of our school because they were black by a white supremacist group. I grew up with it. I grew up with it differently. I grew up where all my friends were fucking racist assholes, and I had no idea they were racist assholes.
Yeah.
Until all of a sudden I saw them on the news because they killed somebody with a baseball bat. You know, and I went into the military to get away from my family, to get away from everybody, because I did not want to be around any of those people anymore. I made the choice, and I went in the military. When I went in the military, I made some of the greatest friends, and it sucks because my 4 best friends in the military all passed away. And all 4 of them, their families are still here. And I know I'm not trying to go deep and dark and passionate in this, but this is the thing that sucks. You got to take every day that you have as a human being on this earth. Never take things for granted, because you never know what tomorrow or even 5 minutes from now could bring. You could sink into the fucking ocean in San Francisco. You could fucking be shot overseas by a random bullet. You could be going to war to fight in Ukraine. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring.
A satellite could land on your car.
Anything is possible. You could have a fucking bird projectile dive bomb your eye socket and your head could explode. You never fucking know, man. I don't know where that came from.
Technically, if it's Eagly from
fucking
Peacemaker,
oh my
there
God,
you go.
Dude, that fucking show. Speaking of racism, Jesus Christ.
Right. Okay, let's not even go there.
Yeah, that fucking show. Anyway, so besides the point. But one thing that I do want, this is where I'm going to finish off with this.
Okay.
So, all of you guys who tuned into this channel, we're all about diversity. We're all about making sure we support. And I know you guys haven't seen a lot of that in the guests that we've had on the show. But I promise you this, is that we want everybody's voice to be heard here. That is the point. Whether they're a woman trying to survive in a man's world, because it's fucking true. Women get treated like shit and don't get treated with the same respect that men do. Why? Because that's been culture for fucking ever. But that doesn't mean that we can't change that together.
Culture, and it's a culture we're working on trying to change. Yeah.
And this podcast is about making sure that everyone has a voice. Whether they're black, Hispanic, Spanish, it doesn't matter if you're grew up in Japan and your first time here in America. We don't care. This podcast is for everyone to vent their frustrations, talk about what we love, and things that bring us together. And in that same mentality of the military, front, left, right, and behind, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you came from. If you're a good person, we love you. We want you to be here. And that's where we're leaving it. And also on March 16th on Netflix, no longer has any of the Marvel shows.
That's all.
And
on
they're
Disney.
coming to Disney Plus.
Yes.
Very excited about that, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, I had to segue out of a very serious thing to something, you know.
Yes.
But that's just me.
So,
I handle everything with a laugh because I have to.
So with that being said, thank y'all for listening to our momentary rant. We kind of went off, but at the same time, that's also part of
we're distracting you.
What we do. This is shooting the shit. We shoot the shit and talk about the things that are important to us. And maybe that importance changes tomorrow. Maybe it changes next week. Maybe, but for right now, in this moment, at this time, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And it's things that we have to talk about, because otherwise we're not encouraging you to feel free that it's okay to talk about it.
Yep.
It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to look, research, and to encourage other people to walk this journey with you.
Yep.
So be aware. That's the end goal. Be better to yourselves. Be better to each other.
Others. Yeah.
And most importantly, know that it's okay. That's the whole key. Know that it's okay. And
if anybody talks shit to you in the comments, that shit will be deleted because everybody here is treated equally.
Yeah. Yep. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take off. Thank you all for joining us. You can find The Lost Drake on all the services from Hover and TikTok,
and
Twitch, YouTube, and more.
Facebook, it don't matter. We're everywhere.
All the things. The Lost Drake. Find Pardon the Distraction on our YouTube channel or directly at Pardon the D on social media. And yeah, you can find me at DJBLUEPDX and all the DJBLUEPDX stuff. So
as always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, click that little bell so that way you guys get alerts when these go live. And we are so sorry we didn't have one go last week, but you guys are going to get a double header this week. So super excited. You probably already watched episode 15. This is going to be 16. We're super excited. We love you guys. And until the next episode with Pardon the D, we'll see you around.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Wait, we're still doing stuff? Oh, okay, wait. I want to do something. Wait, no.
Is it?
Put that cookie down now.
Okay, bye.